guys, today we are going to be learning all about your diaphragm and its importance when singing. Ensuring you have enough air to sing and sing certain notes with is absolutely key to singing. However, we do need to know what to do with that air once we inhale. Now, this is where the diaphragm comes in. Everybody tends to use what's called clavicular breathing. Now, this is breathing from the upper body, so it tends to be kind of top-up breaths we're taking. This happens when you're talking or just walking around. The type of breathing we need to see when singing, however, is slightly different as it comes from the diaphragm, and this is called diaphragmatic breathing. So I'm just going to explain to you slightly more how the diaphragm actually works. The diaphragm is a muscle that we actually can't really feel, however, you can utilise it when singing. Now, the best way to imagine how your diaphragm works is by taking in a large inhalation of breath, your lungs expand. Now, when your lungs expand, the diaphragm sits directly underneath in a concave position. So what happens then is the diaphragm then contracts on itself and comes down in your body. When you exhale, the diaphragm releases back up underneath the lungs and comes back into its natural curved position. We get the strength from the diaphragm when it is pushed down and we have inhaled. Now, as the diaphragm has pushed down, it has also dislodged some of the organs and other pieces of muscles within your inner abdomen. Now, that sounds a little gross, but it actually does help a lot when singing. Because everything has moved around, you actually have a stronger sense of grounding in your stomach as things have pressed up more against the abdomen wall. This means that we are able to have a greater control of how much air flows out of the body. When the diaphragm relaxes, just like any other muscle, unfortunately it won't have very good control as the muscle isn't tense and it's not working hard. Now, just because we use clavicular breathing in our everyday life and we'd prefer diaphragmatic breathing when singing, we don't always need to take such great deep breaths when singing. What we want to avoid is building up too much air. Something I've been guilty of in the past actually myself is to top up breathing and then have nowhere for the air to go, and it just keeps building and building and you end up having so much air that you have to take a big exhalation out. A way we can avoid this happening is by using both of the breathing techniques. So you can use diaphragmatic singing, but you can also use clavicular breathing just to top up the air if you know how much air you're going to need to finish a phrase or a note. These are known as top-up breaths. Now, if you're unsure how to help and strengthen your diaphragm, here's a couple of exercises we can work on to make sure that you can find and work it out. So what I'd like you to do now is stand with your hands just on your abdomen wall. Now we're going to take a nice deep breath in and you're going to try not to raise your shoulders, as this is known as the upper body breathing. So we want to make sure that all the air is getting directed into your abdomen. Because everything is moving around there, this does actually mean that your abdomen expands itself visually. So you should be able to feel your abdomen expand and contract when you exhale. Now that we can feel the control in our diaphragm, we're going to do this one exercise where we release one big shh of air. So a nice deep breath in and then exhale on a shh. Brilliant. So another exercise that we can use to strengthen the diaphragm is slightly different but almost the same. What you're going to do this time is take a nice deep inhalation in, fill that abdomen nice and strong, and then we're going to exhale, giving short spurts of shh, 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 shh. Try that out just now with me. As singers, we often talk about warming up the body and the voice. I find that warming up your diaphragm with these breathing exercises really does help. I've got more coming up in the next video, so stay tuned for them, but keep practicing and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!